looking forward to? What are the things that you like to see and the things that are cheesing you off? Let us know. As always, the CCW TV blog is up and running. We know that things fell off for a while,
But man, that question of the week, you see how many fucking comments we had on there? Like almost 100 comments. It took a long, it only took me 3 months to get the right question, to get everybody, throwing in their opinion.
Well, a character that, has seen its time and is gone. I mean, everyone really...
I didn't see your comment on there, though, so I don't know your answer.
Well, see, here's...
It was pick three characters you want to see leave comics.
Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
And, Red Hulk.
You don't say two of my picks.
Well, see, we're like minds.
Yeah.
Think great minds.
No, I just think you saw it and you're like, I'm just going to do that. I don't want to think about it. You're like pulling a Tony Daniel over here.
You know what? No, but Wolverine is really one of the most played out characters.
Yeah, Wolverine just needs
Wolverine just played out. Is done. I mean, and...
But you pick the Sentry, though? Everybody picked the Sentry, which I thought was awesome.
Well, the Sentry, too, just the problem is that because Bendis has screwed him up. Oh! And someone asked what we thought about Bendis killing Marvel Boy in New Avengers or in Dark Avengers, where he's gonna kill him. Yeah.
Why would you even say that?
Why?
Not you. Why would Marvel come out and say that? Because the Dark Avengers is on number 10 or 11 or something.
Well, if that's the case, to me, I'm still waiting for Bendis.
Yes, issue 9. So that's 3 issues.
I'm just saying that's what's...
But why would they say that they're going to kill him in 3 issues?
I'm just saying what someone on the board said.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, why would they come out and say that? It's 3 months away. Who gives a shit now?
True. But I'm still waiting...
Well, that's fucking Brian Michael Bendis not having any respect for anyone else's characters.
Yeah, because that was Grant Morrison.
Yeah.
And an awesome character that's still not being played to its potential.
No, so what do? You take this really awesome character that Grant Morrison created, and you write him like shit, and then you fucking kill him.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, what the fuck is going on with Jessica Jones' baby?
Oh, I think I read somewhere about someone asked Bendis that question at a convention, and and it was something to the effect that writers do stuff like that to fuck with the readers, and they're never going to bring it up again. I swear to God, I'm obviously taking liberties with what the actual quote was, but what it was that when you see something like that in a comic, writers are fucking with the readers, and they never intend to get back to it. Because it was breaking the fourth wall, because the baby was looking at the reader, and it was supposed to be a joke.
No, that's bad writers do that.
Yeah, well, I know that. I understand it completely. Yeah. But that was the answer given. And let's talk about bad writers. Let's talk about Jeff Loeb taking over 2 Ultimate books.
I read that.
Jeff Loeb taking over Ultimates. New Ultimates.
Yeah,
it's called New Ultimates with Frank Cho. Okay, first of all,
when you call it the New Ultimates, that makes me think of that line in Spinal Tap when David St. Hubbin and Nigel Tuffer talk about. Well, Nigel and I, we got together and we were the Originals, but there was another band that called themselves the Originals, so we had to call ourselves the New Originals.
So, here's the thing. So, there's already an Ultimates book coming out. It's called Ultimate Avengers.
Yeah.
With our boy Mark Miller's writing it. So, but now you need another Ultimates book. Obviously, there's going to be 2 different teams because this is going to be actually the other Ultimates with Thor and Valkyrie and everyone who was in the shitty Ultimate 3 book. But here's the thing that I love about it. Have you seen any of the drawing? Okay, so there's a gatefold cover that Frank Cho did for it. All right, the Iron Man that is Tony Stark. He's in the Iron Man movie armor. Do you know why he's in the Iron Man movie armor? Because Frank Cho said that the Ultimate Iron Man armor is too hard to draw. So he wants to simplify the design. So because he would rather.
But the Iron Man movie armor is the old Adi Granov design from.
But here's the thing: the reason he's doing it is because he wants to draw something that is good and not give somebody a mediocre interpretation of something that he can't draw. So you can have Iron Man in Ultimate Universe, in the Ultimate Iron Man, and then you're going to have the Frank Cho one because Frank Cho can't be bothered to draw that armor. which goes back, and I had this criticism before, and now I'm believing it to be true. When Frank Cho was drawing Mighty Avengers and he had Ultron, what did he redesigned Ultron to be a nude lady because that's what he draws. He can't be bothered with drawing Ultron. He needs to just simplify it to the extent that it's just a nude woman, basically.
You have a point there. But and again, I did like that story arc. It made sense within within the context of the story. It was Bendis playing to Cho's strengths. So,
but this isn't Jeff Loeb writing this new armor for me. It's just Frank Cho. Like I can't draw that, so I'm not even gonna try it. I'm just gonna draw like the Mighty Avengers Iron Man because I already know how to do that. It's like if you can't be bothered to learn the design of the character, why are you fucking even on that book? Second of all, that book is going to be bi-monthly.
Yeah, well, Cho can't do a monthly book. I mean,
right, but it's bi-monthly. Who cares? If you can't do a monthly comic book, then it's an Ultimates book.
Yeah.
Okay, the second Ultimate book that's coming out by Jeff Loeb is Ultimate X, which is an X-Men book by Art Adams. Why are you doing that, Art Adams? I love Art Adams.
But it's a high-profile book.
It is a high-profile book.
Jeff Loeb's going to draw people to it. It's going to sell like gangbusters. Which, wait, now that you talk about it, and let me fold in something else that someone asked that we talk about. These titles, Cho, R. Adams on it, why aren't they doing those as prestige format books as opposed to doing the bi-monthly thing?
Because that would make more sense, because Adams is quicker than Cho. Mm-hmm. That's what they should do. Why exactly?
Prestige format books. Yeah. Those are stories that kind of cry for a prestige format. Mm-hmm. If you're going to instead of doing it bi-monthly, do it quarterly.
Yeah.
Do a quarterly
and then
prestige
have like
format book.
Have like a 64-page...
64-page story, bam, bam, bam.
That's what they did to Nail.
And that would work perfectly. Yeah. That would work great.
Those stories do lend themselves to that perfectly. I totally agree.
Someone asked, what happened to the prestige format? There haven't been many prestige formats. In fact, I had commented on the board, the last one that I saw that I bought was the Alan Moore last League of Extraordinary Gentlemen 1908. Was it 1908? That came through Top Shelf. Yeah. Which worked as a prestige format book. Mm-hmm. Instead of trying to shove now I know why. Because you can make the books $5. Mm-hmm. You're doing it bi-monthly. You can charge $4 to $5. You can add a bunch of extraneous crap in the back. Mm-hmm. And you're upping your bottom line. You don't
prestige formats books rarely, if ever, have any ads. So 64 pages is usually solid art.
Solid art.
So they're not going to get any ad revenue for it, and they can.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. That, my friends, is why you don't see prestige format anymore. Because you don't get any ad revenue for it. You're forced to put nothing but original artwork in it, and we all know right now.
And Marvel doesn't do any of that.
They don't. They don't do that.
If you're going to have more than 22 pages in there, you're going to have some reprinted stuff in it.
What was the last prestige format book Marvel ever put out? I don't even remember the last one. The last ones I remember were the old DC Marvel crossovers.
JLA Avengers might have been the last one.
God, how long ago was that?
But I'm thinking that might have been the last Marvel one. And that was the co-venture between DC.
But those old Marvel DC crossovers,
I think that might have been it. That JLA Avengers might have been the last one.
That's the last prestige format book that Marvel was involved in. Yeah. And I know DC has done one or two, but yeah, Marvel has not done any.
So. No, yeah, DC has gotten away from that because DC used to do all their Elseworlds stuff prestige format, but they don't do Elseworlds anymore.
No, they don't do that anymore.
So I think instead of doing prestige formats, they have gone to just doing original graphic novels, like the Joker. The Joker thing easily could have been a prestige format miniseries, but I think they just opted for original graphic novels, which is fine with me. I'd rather have it that way.
Yeah. Well, get your story in one sitting.
Right.
Instead of having to wait for them to belabor it and just space it out over time. You're wondering, when the hell am I getting the last
You should pitch a prestige format Army of Darkness book to Dynamite. Bring back the prestige format. You can single-handedly resurrect that medium.
I don't think... I have an idea for an Army of Darkness story that I've been holding on to for the right time. They won't do it as a prestige format. I was thinking about it as a digest, though. Because I really like the digest formats that they're doing right now. Boom Studios going and taking all their miniseries and re-releasing them as digests.
Well, not all
I
of
think-
them, but
Well,
like
I mean,
the
just
kids'
saying,
books, like the
kids'
Muppets
books.
and stuff.
I think that's a great idea.
No, I think it is, too.
Seeing more of those
I agree.
digests. So I would like to see. More of that too. Oh, well. All right, I think we're ranted out.
Yeah.
So
Oh God, we're fucking late.
sorry. So anyway, there you go. I think we took care of a few of your questions, and thank you so much for your suggestions. Keep them coming.
And the blog has had the most hits that it's ever had. Last week.
The last week after this, the week before this taping, we approached 1,000 hits in one day. People checking it out, dropping in, giving us a look.
And it stayed consistently up there too,
Yeah.
like throughout the week. I don't know why, but
The CCW question of the week is very popular. CCW character of the week also popular.
I haven't done that for like a month.
And other things. Indie Flick Friday. I checked out that Japanese trailer with Vinnie Jones in it.
Survive Style 5.
Survive Style 5. That was some freaked out shit.
It's a good movie.
Is it?
I can let you borrow it.
I just love how Vinnie Jones is the only one who talks English.
Well, he's the only
I know,
but
but
Japanese actor.
Then why are you in the fucking movie if you want
But it makes sense though in the movie.
Oh,
He's
in
a
the movie?
hitman,
Oh, okay.
and the guy the kid who's with him is his translator.
Okay, there you go. I just found it amusing. Out of context. I don't get that context by not.
Because you don't pay attention to what you're watching. You're just looking at the pictures moving around and like, there can't be a story here.
I dropped the Funyun as I was watching it. So when you drop a Funyun, you're trying to eat your Funyuns as you're watching your multimedia. Something's going to lose out. And in my case, the Funyun's not going to lose out.
Well, I think you just dropped a deuce on this last rant and it's done. A terrible analogy or story or whatever the fuck that thing was.
So, folks, please keep checking out the blog. Keep sending us your comments and so on. Until next time, this has been Elliot and Jose coming to you from Dreamland Comics in Schaumburg, Illinois. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.